Catweazle here, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to Eldritch Horror, Hastur, Turn 4. Well, things are going pretty swimmingly, apart from the fact I keep cocking up. Last turn's cock up was, of course, with Studious, which I've now took off Michael. Again, it was a wording issue again. Just when I read that encounter, it says, "Oh, we'll teach you a skill." Like that, it just made it sound like, oh, pick what you want. So I did, and I shouldn't have done. Obviously, you do, like, pick it randomly. But that is not that's not an FFG wording error on the card. That is a Catweazle not being able to read properly error. Load my hands up. I was wrong on that one. I wasn't wrong on elusive, but I was wrong on that one. It was just me reading it like an idiot. So put it back in, and we'll do it like it should be done. So let's give him a shuffle, and let's see what they teach him, rather than him picking and choosing. Let's do a cut, and off the bottom we get Studious. So it doesn't matter, we got Studious anyway. But that's the way I should have done it to start with. Rather than just like going through going, ooh, I'll have that one. So we've done that correctly now, and I ended up getting Studious anyway, thankfully. But yes, obviously you pick it randomly. That was just me being a clown. So we've fixed that now. The other thing I cocked up on, well, I thought I cocked up on, I thought that Dexter shouldn't have rolled 6 dice, he should have rolled 5, but apparently he could roll 6 because he still had the arcane assistant at the time, and apparently she does stack. I have real trouble getting my head round what stacks and what doesn't, but apparently arcane assistant gains a die, which isn't the same as gaining law. Yeah, if you gain law, then you obviously get a dice because you gain law. But if you have another card that says you gain a die, that's not the same as gaining law, so it'll stack. Crazy. But anyway, so I traded her away. I traded the arcane assistant away to Wendy. So probably this turn she will trade her back to Dexter, because Dexter still has the secret page. The secret page doesn't stack because that's a gain a law, and the book of spells is gain law. So the secret page can be swapped back to Wendy. But yeah, craziness. Right, okay, so I think that's it for cock-ups. Oh, just a quick, what I did have a daring plan that I hatched with Lorg to sort of get everybody down to Antarctica here, and for Dexter to try and bless everybody. But unfortunately, the trading rules of Eldritch Horror have done for me. I did consider like overruling them because I think they're stupid, but just for the sake of like an easy life, I'm not going to do so. Whilst I may like tough it out in this particular episode, I know that if I did that, I would just get loads of people in the future like typing out on this particular episode to say, shouldn't have done that. And I just thought, can I be bothered like for the rest of my life answering comments on it? And I thought, no. Let's just stick with their stupid trading rules. So in order to get by that, I'm not going to bring Jenny down to Antarctica, because it means that our friend Dexter needs an extra action, so he won't be able to plumb the void. But apart from that, it doesn't make that much of a difference. We are very, very, very far ahead in this game, as we're doing pretty well. So I think I can afford like not to get too clever. Plus, it's one of those, I've done this in the past where I've got too clever by half and it ends up biting you in the bum. So let's just calm down and like getting 2 people blessed and Wendy to flip her blessing, that'd be good enough. Let's not get too greedy. Right, anyway, let's get on with the action phase, where we have a new first player. In order to make all this craziness work, I've made our first player Michael McGlenn. And here we are at the encounter phase, down at Down in Antarctica with faith, hope and charity. Woo! Okay, right, what we're going to do? Well, it's Mike McGlenn to go first. And the first thing Mike's going to do is he's going to use Studious. Now that he's finally got it correctly, let's hope we can roll on it correctly. So, action, test will -1. Right, let's put that there. So, his will is 5, -1 is 4. He cannot use his cultist journal, that is combat only. So, he's going to get 4 dice. And he gets 2 6s. Brilliant. So he's passed. I think we have to flip the card. We do. So let's have a see. Studious. Resolve the effects based on your test result. 0. You fear that you may have reached the limits of what you can learn. If you rolled any 1s, discard this card. Ooh, nasty. So, 1 to 2. So this is what we got. Your exhaustive studies have left you emotionally drained. Lose 1 sanity. Damn it! Oh, is there anything? Oh, we're alright, we're alright. Tattered cloak. I think we're alright with this. You may spend one fewer sanity to pay for an effect. No. If an effect would cause you to lose sanity, lose 1 fewer sanity instead. So, 1 -1 is 0. Brilliant. So tattered cloak has come in. So we didn't lose any sanity. If we got 3+, your studies inert abilities that you never knew you had. Gain another talent condition. Woo! Fantastic. But we did it, and we can improve 1 skill of our choice. Right. What we're going to improve is strength. I'm a big believer in improving your best skills if you can do. So I know some people like improve the weaker ones, but I improve the strongest if I can. So it's going to go up to 5 strength. Brilliant. Right, so that's his first action. In his second action, he's going to trade. He's going to trade with Wendy. And he's going to pretend that Dexter isn't there in the same room. Because you're not allowed to trade with more than one person. Right, so what we're going to do in the trade? Well, the first thing is Wendy is going to give him a clue. That's very important. Why is it important? Because the other thing she's going to give him is the grotesque statue. Remember when you gain this card from the deck, you get 5 clues? Well, he's not going to get 5 clues because he's gaining it from Wendy, but once per round, you may spend 1 clue to prevent all sanity loss from a single effect. For example, failing the roll, the will check on the spawn of Hastur. So, if he rolled really badly on his will check and he was going to be hit with a 3 sanity loss, he can burn that clue on the grotesque statue and he will get away with it. This is a nice little safety net for Michael McGlenn because of his poor sanity. So she is passing that across and it's going with his tattered cloak. Additionally, the psychoanalyst realises that Wendy is very stable and doesn't really need his help. Mike McGlenn, on the other hand, is a powder keg. A powder keg waiting to go off. And he just realises that Mike needs his help. So she's going to pass across this ally. You may re-roll 1 die when resolving a will test as part of a madness condition effect. He hasn't got any, hopefully won't get any, but that could be useful. When you perform a rest action, you recover 1 additional sanity. Again, this is very useful for a low sanity investigator like Michael. So he's going to go across and he's going to join the cultist journal. Brilliant. In return, Michael is going to give little Wendy the puzzle box. He can't make head nor tail of it. So he's passing it across to Wendy. She's got smaller fingers. So passes it across to Wendy and she's got better observation. So she'll get 2 dice, 2 blessed dice no less, to have a go at that at some point. So that is Michael McGlenn's go. Next, it's Dexter Drake. That's why I've lined them up in this order. So Dexter Drake, what's he going to do? Well, the first thing he's going to do, he's going to trade. He's going to trade with Wendy. So he must have been stood next to them all the time. But he couldn't trade with them because they weren't really there. Because it's a stupid Eldritch horror rule. So, yeah, Wendy must have been there like, oh, can you form an orderly queue? What a load of cobblers. Anyway, that ridiculous rule aside, he's got a trade now. So, right. So, he's trading. What is he going to trade? Well, first of all, he's going to give Wendy the secret page. Because gain +1 law doesn't stack with the spellbook, which is also a gain law sort of asset. Yeah? So, that goes to Wendy. Wendy is sending back the arcane assistant because roll 1 additional die when resolving a law test is completely different than getting 1 die for law, than gaining 1 law. Obvious really, isn't it? I don't know. It's obvious to some people, but it isn't to me. But apparently this is completely different from gaining law. So this does stack. So it makes sense to go back to Dex because he will now get 7 dice when he does a law test. So we'll send that back. And she's bringing with her the Blessing of Isis. May as well have... we only gave it to Wendy last time anyway because of tempo and which order the investigators were going in. She was the only one that could cast it, really. So she's going to give it back to Dexter. And Dexter is going to have a go with that in a minute. In fact, now, because that's the end of the trading. So with his second action, he's going to have a go with the Blessing of Isis. So it's a law test -1. So he will get 6 dice. If you recall what happens, if you get 3 successes, everybody gets blessed on the space. So, come on, Dexter. What a load of crap. So, yes, he didn't get any successes whatsoever. What a load of rubbish dice they were. He does have a clue. So he is going to spend a clue to re-roll a die. So he's going to spend his clue. We need at least 1 success. So we're going to have a go at it. Come on, Dex. Let's be having it. A 6, yes. So, at least he managed to get a single success. So we'll flip this over. So we did get a success, so we did get blessed. He got blessed, by the way. The reason, that's why I didn't mention it. He was blessing himself. Your chanting fills the air with ancient voices, and you fear the invocation has drained a part of your life away, lose 1 health. So he is going to cast another spell. He's going to cast Flesh Ward, only because like he's already at 4 health, I think. So we don't want him going down to 3. So let's cast Flesh Ward. Oh, he gets all 7 dice, not 1 die. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And he gets 3 successes. That should be fine, I think. Yeah, why couldn't he get 3 successes last time? Your flesh hardens and repels pain and wounds with ease. No additional effect. Fantastic. Right. So, would have been better if he'd got 3 spells last time. We'll just tap the Flesh Ward so we can't use that again this turn. So, that was a bit of a downer. But he's blessed, so we've got to get a blessing for him. So, he will be using blue dice. Boon conditions. And pull from the back. Righteous, blessed. So there we go. Put that for Dex. He is now blessed. Righty ho. That is the end of his turn now. So now it is Wendy. Wendy is to go. First thing Wendy's going to do is she is going to move. She's going to move to Sydney. So in Squidney, first thing she's going to do is she's going to rest. And because she's resting, she does get a sanity back. Because if you remember, she spent a sanity right at the beginning of the game to get a clue. So she'll get that sanity back, puts her up to 7. And it also gives her the opportunity to do the puzzle box. So we need 2 blessed dice. She's got an observation of 4, minus 2 is 2 dice. Come on. And she gets a 4. That's a success. That's good enough. Where's it gone? Here it is. So, if you pass, discard this card to gain 1 artifact. I rather think I will. So, do that. Get the artifact card deck. Quick shuffle. And a quick cut. And we get... Woohoo! The Satchel of the Void. This looks rubbish. Item magical. You cannot gain a lost in time and space condition unless you choose to. Well, wow. Action. Look at the top gate in the gate stack. Gain 1 clue if that gate corresponds to the current omen. I suppose it is useful. You find out what's top of the gate stack and, you know, possibility of gaining a clue. But as far as artifacts go, I think that's pretty poor. Never mind. We'll put that here. So that was our artifact. And that is the end of her go. So who have we got next? We've got Jenny Barnes, Tokyo Way. And here we are with Jenny. And she's not doing a hell of a lot because she's delayed. She's swimming back from them underwater pyramids. So all she's going to do is undelay herself. So that is it for her action phase, and that is it for the investigator's action phase. Let's get back to the encounter phase. And here we are with the encounter phase, starting with Michael McGlenn. So, can't do anything about the gate or the clue. There's a monster on the space. So, he's going to have to deal with that. It's a spawn of Hastur. We've seen it a couple of times before, but just let's refresh our memory. So we've got to do a will -1 test. Possibility of losing 3 sanity. And then we do a strength -1 test. Possibility of losing 2 health. So, right, Mike. Now, this is a combat will test, so he will get the benefit of the cultist journal. So he will, that's 7 dice, -1, he gets 6 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, Mike. Woo! 3 5s, that's enough. So he passes the will test, doesn't lose any sanity whatsoever. And that is cool news. Strength test -1. So his strength is now 5, +4 for the Tommy gun. The cultist journal doesn't stack because it's a gain strength. There's no additional die rubbish going on. So it doesn't stack with the gain 4 strength that you get from the Tommy gun. So that's 9 -1 is 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Use these from over here. I'll give him another chance. Right. Come on. We need 2 at least. There's 1. And we did. We got 2. So we can only put 1 onto here, but getting 2 means we don't lose any health. So let's get rid of those and get a nice 3. Put that down there. So Michael McGlenn took the safety off his Tommy gun and he's given it a good go and he's managed to wing it. Cool. Next up is Dexter. But Dexter is blessed, remember? So that's pretty cool. First thing he's got to do is he's got to do the will test -1. But he is blessed, so we'll get these. He does have a re-roll, if you recall, off his King James's Bible. A 5. So saved 1. He's going to re-roll this 2. Another 5, brilliant. So he's used his King James's Bible. I'll just, yeah, fantastic. So just check that, yeah, that's right. So he saved 2 out of 3. So he's lost 1 sanity. Unfortunately can't stop the loss of that sanity. He hasn't got a tattered cloak or anything. So he's down to 4 sanity now, I think. But now it's his attack, and he has got the sword, or what is it? The Kopesh of the Abyss. So that's +5. He's got 3, so that'll be 7 dice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And remember, we just need 2 successes just to make sure that we don't get any damage. We've got a 4 and a 6, so that's the 2 that we needed. We only put 1 onto the spawn itself, but we've now got 4 damage on it. Brilliant stuff. Righto, well done, Dex. And that's all he can do this action phase, because the monster's still alive, can't go on and do anything else. So now it is Wendy over here. Well, she don't have to mess around with elusive or anything, because there are no monsters. So we can get straight into doing the expedition. So let's get the expedition. Let's get the deck. And here we go. Righto. So, Squidney. Let's read what we've got. Focus, focus, focus. A group of men tell you they've uncovered a hidden city in the desert, but lack the financial means to explore it properly. Resolve the pass effect to help them secure funding, or resolve the fail effect to travel to the city on your own. Right, well, I'll put that over there. Pass effect funding. Well, that's going to be an influence test. Our influence is crap, it's 1. Travelling to the city on your own, what would that? That'd probably be strength. Yeah, strength or perhaps will. So, but anyway, both her strength and will are better than her influence. So I think what we'll do, she is blessed, but 1 die. I know I'm pretty good at 1 die, but that's normally when I'm when I'm in a corner. I've got a choice now. So, yeah, we're going to do the fail effect. See what that is. It'll probably be strength or something, I would imagine. Fail. You travel to the lost city alone, running out of rations on the way. Exploring the city in your desperate state puts a strain on your body. Test strength. Yeah, I thought so. So she gets 2 blessed dice, and she's got 4 clues. I need to put 1 clue on there. So, but I don't want to do a load of re-rolls. We don't know what the next rumour is. Oh, let's see what we get anyway. Come on, let's have a pass. I might use 1 clue. Oh, 3 and a 2, I don't believe it. Or should I just fail? No, I'll use 1 clue. Damn it! Right, I'm doing 1 clue for a re-roll. Discard that. We're going to use another die. Come on. Come on, Wendy. Yes, 6. Phew. Right, but I didn't want to spend that clue. I did not want to spend that clue. Right, we've passed anyway. So, if you pass, you press on and find a rare treasure, gain 1 artifact. Right. Whew. Oh, we can get something better than that bloody Satchel of the Void. Crap. Right. Ugh. Right. Come on, something decent. What's this? The Necronomicon. Oh, God. Item Tome. Test law. If you pass, you may spend 1 sanity to gain 2 spells. Not even. I don't fancy spending sanity for spells. This is another sort of 1. It'd probably be alright for Dexter. I mean, it's alright for her, really. I mean, you can sort of rest immediately afterwards, can't you? But still. better than nothing, I suppose. So there we go, she's got the Necronomicon. Funky. But the important thing is, she's passed, so we're going to put another clue on here. But that means she's only got 2 left now. Let's read this. Do those off there. Do we just... Then, if there are clues on this card equal to half the investigators solve this rumour. Doesn't say anything about waiting to the mythos phase or anything, like do on mysteries, so I think we can get rid of that right now. Cool. Discard these clues, discard those Eldritch tokens, and we've done that. We've done that rumour. Oh, yeah, we finished that. I'll just hold it up for those of you that want to know what happens. There you go. Get rid of that. And, oh, where's the expedition going? The expedition is going to the Himalayas. Brilliant. It's going to be guarded by a Dart Young. Right, so Himalayas for the expedition. Ooh. We'll move that up there. Shift those over a bit. Right, so very busy at the Himalayas this time of year. Okie dokie. Obviously, Expedition prefers it in cold winter climates. It's tried the beach at Sydney, didn't like it, so it's gone somewhere horrendously frigid and icy once again. Right, so that is it for Wendy. And next up we have Jenny Barnes in Tokyo. Let's bob up and see her. And here's Jennifer. So let's get a Tokyo encounter. So here we are. And let's flip it over. What's this? After Mori Ogai's death, you see notes he took while translating an arcane book. Gain a rack spell. You search his library for the original text. So we've got to get a rack spell, which means I've got to go through this horrendous, like... Well, seeing as I'm like shuffling them all the time anyway, I'll just go through from the top. Rack, that'll do. Right, I'll shuffle these again in a minute. We might have to look again. So, that's the first rack spell we came across. Incantation. When resolving a combat encounter, you may test law -1. If you pass, gain +5 during that encounter. Not bad, not bad. Put that with Poison Mist. Let's have a look at the rest of the encounter. Oh, test observation. Her observation is 2. Oh, right. Come on. She does have a focus. Ah, she's going to spend a focus. Why not? It's what focus is for. It's for rerolls. So get rid of those 2. Come on. Come on. Ah! Nope, she's failed. Pants. Could it have been an observation? A bloody influence test. If you fail, you are caught, gain a detained condition. Pooh. Damn it! Can Daddy get her out of detained conditions? No, I think it's just deals. Curses. Right, she's detained. Oh, here they are. Restrictions. We'll do that, and a bit of a cut, even though there's about half a dozen of them. First detained. That's the first one. Oh. Well, at least you got a spell out of it. You cannot move or perform actions other than the action on this card. Instead of resolving an encounter, flip this card. Brilliant. Local action, test influence. Well, she'll be able to get out. She'll be able to get out her first action next turn. So, I think she'll be rolling. She's got 5 influence, what with the Lodge Disciple. So, oh, how annoying. Detained. We'll do that for detained as well. Okay, so right, we didn't need to look at this again. We didn't end up getting another spell, so I'll just give it a quick shuffle, seeing as I looked through for the rack spell. Right. There we go. So that is it for Jenny. And oh, put this back. Discard that one. Okay. So that is the end of the encounter phase. That means laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are at the good old laugh and chuckle phase. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, got one of my bag of Cthulhu's. I replaced the cardboard token with that. I just thought, nice. Stole it off Callisto. Well, I didn't steal this off Callisto, stole the idea. So, use one of my big bag of Cthulhu's there. So, you know how far along then, or you've got a good idea of how far along it is against the Doom track. Currently on 11. Right, anyway, let's get on with the bad news. We've got a rumour coming up. Right, here we go. Voodoo Curse. Well, that sounds funky. But first of all, clues. Let's get some clues, let's get some good stuff. So, first clue is Space 13. Brilliant. The Arctic Ocean. Dead easy to get to. And the second one is 6. Did it say Space 6 on there? I think it did actually. Hang on. So that goes on there. And if it's voodoo, it's probably Space 6's New Orleans for this particular rumour, I would imagine. Yeah, Space 6. A wax doll sits on the table next to your bed. Crude strips of fabric make it clear that the doll represents you, and a lock of your own hair is tied around the figure. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, one good thing though. Snowflakes. That's normally good. Ongoing rumour. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 6 may attempt to undo the magic which binds him to the voodoo doll. He may spend clues equal to half the investigators to solve this rumour. We've still got... good job. I only needed to spend 1 clue for Wendy, but she's still got 2 clues left. Fabulous. So she can... Well, Dexter just plumbs the void, sends her straight there, I think. And what happens on a reckoning? An investigator that does not have a Bane condition gains 1 Bane condition. Not too bad, because we have 2 blessed. We've got 2 blessed investigators, so they could accept the Bane condition. You know, well, you're sort of gambling that you get a curse, because if you get cursed, then you just lose your blessing. But all the same, let's get rid of it. We can get there easy enough. We've got somebody with 2 clues. Let's get rid of it next turn. So I'll just sort this out. Won't be a second. There. Right, so Space 6. Put that next to that clue that we've just drawn. And we can get a clue back pretty quick. So, not too bad. Yeah, that's okay. Plumb the void's making it really easy. So, in fact, despite of all the other stuff, which is making it really easy, the fact that we've got a load of stuff and I'm rolling really well, it's really come home to me in this particular playthrough what a powerful spell Plumb the Void is. It's just really good. That's, I suppose it's the old idea of the global setting. It just makes it difficult for people to get everywhere. But with Plumb the Void, it's really good against rumours, isn't it? So, I mean, I think the reason it wouldn't have been completely, it wouldn't have been as good as it was if we hadn't have got that grotesque statue which gave us 5 clues. But being able to get somewhere quick is good. So yeah, that's one of the things that's really made this game a bit of a doddle up to now. Apologies for that, but gonna do, man. yeah, I'll probably have to start playing with 3 investigators or something like that, I think. I thought this would be a bit more difficult than it was. It has been horrendously easy. But still, we're having fun, I hope. We're having a bit of a laugh, even though it is a bit of a doddle and we're breezing through it. At least we can have some laughs and chuckles doing it. And if it's easy and it finishes quick and we can move on. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to start going down to 3 investigators and see how that goes. But that's that. Anyway, that's the end of the turn for all intents and purposes. So anybody who's not interested in the turn review, you can switch off now. That's fine. I don't mind. Thanks for watching as long as you have. Thank you. But people who want to hear a grown man witter on about what happened in the turn and what we can possibly do next turn, feel free to join me in But Moments by the magic of video. Hello everyone, I'm back. Right, welcome to the turn review. And once again it went pretty well, didn't it? So our first player was Michael, but next turn it's going to be Wendy. I think she's better placed to be first player. We may get a reckoning or something next turn, so let's make her first player again. But Michael, who was our first player, he traded with Wendy, and so did Dexter, even though they were all on the same space and probably in the same room because of the silly Eldritch horror rules. But there you go, that's the way it goes. So the trading went on, swapped a load of stuff around, and what else did Mike do? Oh yes, he used his studious condition and he got an extra strength. Dexter, he used Blessings of Isis after he got it back, and after an appalling roll he used his clue and thankfully managed to get a success and managed to bless himself, so he's blessed now, so that's cool. Wendy, on her actions, well, apart from all the trading that she had to do on other people's actions, she also moved to Sydney where she rested. She got back up to full sanity and she managed to solve the puzzle box and got herself the Satchel of the Void. Not the best artifact I've ever seen in my life, but better than a slap across the belly with a wet kipper, no doubt. Poor old Jenny was delayed, so she didn't get an action phase. In the encounter phase, well, both Michael and Dexter fought the spawn of Hastur, and they both did really well. They both got a wound on it. In fact, there was only Dexter that lost anything. He lost 1 sanity, but that's the best he could do anyway, so that was cool. And they really put a hurting on it. It's on 4 damage now, so that's cool. Wendy, she took on the expedition. Again, didn't roll so well, but we managed to get through it and we managed to get the Necronomicon, and that's pretty cool. It's alright. It's better than the Satchel of the Void anyway, so did pretty well there. And more importantly, she got to put the final clue on that rumour, Far Corners of the Globe, so we've got rid of that, which is excellent. Jenny, in her encounter, had a bad encounter, didn't roll very well again, and she's ended up in prison. But you know these debutantes, you know, you leave them in the big city for too long and like they're bound to end up in jail, aren't they? So it's Joliet Jenny, I'm afraid, she's in jail. But it is a local action influence to get out, so I don't think we'll have much problem next turn because it's influence, so we should be okay. And Mythos phase, we got the rumour we were expecting, quite an easy one to get rid of. We just need to get to space 6 and put 2 clues on it. But to be honest, when you've got Plumb the Void and a lot of clues, I don't think there's any, I can't think of any rumour in the deck that isn't made a lot easier by somebody who could just get there straight away and fling clues on it. I'm sure there are a couple, but I bet there's not many. So pretty much any rumour we got would have been pretty easy, I think, with Plumb the Void and the amount of clues we've got. So should be able to get up there and should be able to like finish that off next turn, hopefully, and then we can just concentrate on getting these mysteries done. Right, so coolness. what else? What's going to happen next turn? Well, Wendy's going first. Well, what she's going to do is she'll be waiting for Dexter to send her to New Orleans, probably. So what she can do, I think, is she can use the Necronomicon, I think. She'll get a focus first. She'll get a focus first, then she'll use the Necronomicon. No, in fact, she'll use the Necronomicon first, thinking about it. She'll test law. She's got the secret page, so I think she'll get 5 law and hopefully get 2 spells. She'll spend 1 sanity, get those 2 spells. Should be able to. She's blessed. And obviously, because she loses a sanity, then she'll do a rest action and get that sanity back, I think. So, may as well. The important thing is, we just want her to get to where the next rumour is. After her, it'll be Jenny. As mentioned, she'll do a local action. Should be able to manage that. With the Lodge Disciple, she has got 5 influence. So hopefully she'll get a success, manage to get herself out of the clink. Then, she will acquire assets. We want that, especially we want that delivery service. She's got quite a lot of stuff, like the Agent of Secrets, Foxy Lady, that we want to move around. So she will do that. That'll mean she stays in Tokyo again. I would have moved her if she hadn't been detained, but c'est la vie. She'll just have to stay there because acquire assets is more important. After that, we have Michael McGlenn and Dexter. They're at Antarctica and they're just on monster killing duty. So, fortunately, Michael didn't lose any health. He didn't lose any sanity. He's just going again with his Tommy gun, and quite right too. He's going to really try and do this guy over. So, with his actions, he's just going to get a focus. Yeah, that's all he can do. And I'm not bothered that he loses an action. He's just there to kill stuff. So, he's going to get a focus, which will help on re-rolls. That's all he's going to do. Dexter is going to be casting spells, just for a change. He's going to do Blessing of Ice. Oh, that reminds me, Flesh Ward can now be refreshed. He's going to do Blessing of Isis, and he's going to try and obviously bless Michael McGlenn. That'll just help. So he's going to do Blessings of Isis, and then he is going to do the important one, which is Plumb the Void, and send Wendy up to New Orleans. And that's that, pretty much. Because in the encounter phase, Wendy, get rid of that rumour. And Jenny, she'll just have to have a Tokyo encounter. Bit of backup. If we get a monster card, you know, lose health off a monster, we can use it on the Spawn of Hastur. The Spawn of Hastur's already gone, she can pick another monster. So that'll be cool. Hopefully, she'll get a better... she'll get an encounter more suited to her influence in Tokyo next turn. Michael and Dexter, well, if they get rid of the Spawn of Hastur, one can go after the clue, the other can try and close the gate. I think Mike will probably be in better shape to close the gate, and Dexter can go after the clue. And then we get what we get in the Mythos phase. Whether it's, what is it you get on the green cards? Is it Monster Surges? Something like that. So whether it's a Monster Surge or whether it's the gate that you get with a Reckoning, and the laughs that you get with Reckonings, we'll deal with that when we come to it. Okie dokie. So those are some of the proto plans for next turn and the review of this turn. Let's thank you all, as ever, for watching. Thanks so much for subscribing, for all the views, for all the comments, for all the help, and for all the support. Included in that is all the tactical advice that I get and all the rules corrections, but especially the tactical advice. I know we sort of go on and have a bit of a laugh in the videos and in the comments themselves about like, oh, I just roll successes all the time, man, and all that sort of business. But you also really help out with the tactical advice. It makes it so much easier having a plan, and I think that's easily forgotten. You know, you roll well and you think, oh right, you'll win it, and oh, you're about to win, you roll. But if you don't have a plan behind it, or you do something the wrong way round, or don't attack the problem properly, then you're going to have a lot more problems, and I don't have those problems because I have you guys helping me out. So don't do yourselves down. Don't just say like, oh, he just wins it because he rolls well. Mind you, don't put that down. I do roll pretty well, but you guys play your part as well, so thank you for that. Oh, and of course, all of you that have gone across to Board Game Links to upvote the site, thank you very much. We're up to 97, we're nearly at 100. So thank you so much for that. Yes, so that is the end of turn 4. And I hope that you will join me for turn 5 of Eldritch Horror and Hastur. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.